Hi, I'm Auntie Dawn. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making easy peanut sauce. If you've ever had Thai peanut sauce, you know it can be an incredible experience. The perfect blend of sweet, salty, savory, umami, and peanutty that's can be just a perfect companion to an elaborate chicken saute or a simple stir fry. But making real peanut sauce can be an elaborate effort. The recipe I got from my Thai cooking teacher is more than a half page of ingredients and a page of instructions. It can take me a good part of a day to make. It also requires coconut milk, which is a kind of a troublesome ingredient here in the US. Much of our coconut milk is thickened with guar gum, which yields a poor texture when cooked. Making your own coconut milk is also an option, but it does take about an hour. If you're interested in my way of making coconut milk, let me know in the comments. Real peanut sauce is also made with peanuts that you have to grind just right. If you go a little bit over in the grinder and turn them into peanut butter, you need to toss it and start over again. But because I love peanut sauce, I've put together a recipe that comes together in about a half an hour and uses peanut butter. It's best to use unsalted peanut butter. That way you can get in more fish sauce to get in more of that umami flavor. This recipe calls for two ingredients that may be hard to come by depending on where you live. The first is Chinese chili crisp, which is an amazing ingredient. It's basically chili and garlic cooked together in oil until everything gets crispy. The other one is a dark Vietnamese style soy sauce. There's another optional ingredient that can make this taste a little bit more authentic, which is shrimp paste. Now, shrimp paste isn't made from the shrimp we're familiar with. It's made with a little animal that's more like krill. I have been working on this for more than a decade, and you can see I'm only about halfway through it. A little bit goes a long way. All right, the rest of the ingredients: 2 yellow onions chopped up, 4 cloves of garlic chopped up, about 2 cups of chicken stock. This is a chicken stock reduction. I make the stock and then boil it for a half hour to reduce it by about half. This gives the peanut sauce a lot of its body. We have a cup of peanut butter. This is crunchy peanut butter from a jar. Peanut oil. And this is my spices. It's a teaspoon of nutmeg and a half teaspoon each of cumin and coriander, all ground up. And we'll be using about a quarter teaspoon of the shrimp paste. Okay, step 1 is to get your vent fan turned on and then start your frying pan heating up. Now we're going to put in about just a teaspoon of peanut oil. Get the pan covered, and then I'm going to put in the onions and garlic. Putting in a little bit of fish sauce will help get a start on that umami flavor. I'm going to cover them up again and turn the heat down to medium. Now that the onions have turned translucent, I've taken the lid back off and I'm sauteing them open until they get nice and brown. As you can see, the onions and garlic are starting to brown. Now that the onions and garlic are nice and brown, I'm going to turn off the heat and transfer them to the saucepan. Okay, now you can see there are some brown bits still here in the frying pan, so I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock and deglaze that. Okay, now I'm going to transfer this as well. Turn that on under a low heat, and I can put the frying pan aside for cleaning. Okay, now I'm going to add the peanut butter and about a cup more of stock and my spices. You want to mush this all together. And now I'm going to add shrimp paste and about a teaspoon of the chili crisp. All right, add about another teaspoon fish sauce. And let that come together. If you can scrape it and see the bottom of the pan, add a bit more chicken stock. The peanut butter absorbs an amazing amount of chicken stock. The last step is to blend it up with an immersion blender. And again, if it's giving you a hard time, add more chicken stock. All right, now that it's all blended up, it's time to taste. All right, at this point, it is still a little flat. I'm going to add our last ingredient, which is coconut sugar, which I should have mentioned earlier. Coconut sugar has a really nice, rich flavor that helps bring out the sweetness of the peanuts and the onions. All right, at this point, I'm like, could use a little more salt. So a little more fish sauce. Going back and forth with your finished dish like this is called finishing, and that lets you tune a dish in so it suits your tastes. And that's how I like it. All right, now that it's all done, we can serve it up. And if it's going to be more than you're going to serve that day, put it in glass jars. And if it's going to be even longer than that, it freezes really well. I've got some that's been in the freezer for over a month and it heated up just fine. I hope you enjoyed this peanut sauce as much as I do. See you next time.